a car so raw it ignored the safety trends of its own decade. No traction control, no stability control, no electronic safety net to save you. Just 450 horsepower, a manual gearbox, and a V10 that felt like it wanted to escape the chassis. The Dodge Viper SRII wasn't built to comfort drivers. It was built to test them. And once you survived a drive in one, you never forgot it. The Viper exists because Chrysler got angry. In the late 1980s, American performance felt sanitized. Cars were getting quicker, yes, but smoother, safer, more polite. Chrysler executives wanted a car that rejected all of it. Not a Corvette competitor, not a luxury sports car. A statement, a modern-day Shelby Cobra. Loud, simple, and slightly terrifying. The concept appeared in 1989. Long hood, side pipes, no exterior door handles. When the first production Viper RT10 arrived in 1992, it made 400 horsepower and felt unfinished in the best way. No airbags, no exterior door handles, plastic side windows, minimal insulation. It was less a car and more an event. Then came the real evolution. In 1996, Dodge launched the SRII generation. And instead of softening the Viper, they weaponized it. Power jumped to 450 horsepower. Torque climbed to 490 lb-ft. The chassis was strengthened. Weight distribution improved. Cooling was refined. And for the first time, the Viper added airbags. Then Dodge introduced the shape that defined the Viper forever. The GTS Coupe. Double bubble roof. Wide shoulders. Racing stripes that looked factory-born. A silhouette that screamed endurance racing. The coupe wasn't just prettier. It was stiffer, more aerodynamic, and more stable at speed. Which mattered, because Dodge wasn't building this car just for showrooms. They were going racing. The Viper GTSR entered international endurance competition and immediately proved the concept. Class wins at Le Mans, dominance in FIA GT racing, victories across Europe and America. Suddenly, the Viper wasn't just American excess. It had credibility, and the street car carried that energy. Inside, the cabin was still brutally simple. Heat from the side exhaust soaked the interior. The seating position felt bolted to the drivetrain. Insulation was minimal. Driving a Viper wasn't relaxing. It was confrontation. The steering was heavy but honest. The clutch demanded commitment. The 6-speed manual felt like industrial machinery. Every mile felt earned. And the V10, that engine defined the car. It didn't scream like an Italian exotic. It thundered. Low frequency, endless torque, a soundtrack closer to heavy equipment than opera. You didn't chase redline. You surfed torque. Third gear pulls felt like a runway launch. Highway merges became events. Even experienced drivers respected the throttle. Because the Viper built a reputation quickly. Cold tires plus 490 lb-ft. Because the SRII wasn't trying to be perfect. It was trying to be unforgettable. And it succeeded. The Viper represents a moment when manufacturers still built cars to scare people. When risk was part of the appeal. When horsepower wasn't filtered through software. It stood as a rolling protest against softness. Even after production ended, its shadow never left the performance world. Every raw driver's car that followed carries a piece of that attitude. A reminder that speed is fun, but danger is memorable. The Viper SRII wasn't refined. It wasn't polite. It wasn't safe by modern standards. It was honest, a 10-cylinder declaration that driving should feel loud, mechanical, and alive. And the question it leaves behind still echoes. In a world chasing perfection, is there still room for fear?